Has your business been affected by COVID-19? The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is available to assist entrepreneurs and small businesses in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The VISBDC is sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration and collaborates with local agencies to support the small business community. The VISBDC is nationally accredited and provides free consulting, business education training, and technical assistance. Attend workshops with subject matter experts from both the public and private sector. From idea generation to exit strategies, the staff at the VISBDC is ready to assist you. Now is the time to contact them, so don't wait. Call or email them to find out how they can help your business grow and succeed.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Greg. I am with the Virgin Islands SBDC as a business advisor, and we would like to thank you for attending this morning's webinar. We are proud to participate in a national effort called the Veterans Inclusivity Challenge. And our part is to better connect with active military, veterans themselves and their families with veteran-owned businesses and extend the support to help those businesses prosper. Okay. Today we're going to be introducing our guest speaker, Juan Marrero. And just as a prep for Veterans Day, and since this is a business webinar, the veteran population in business has a huge impact in the economy, and we really should know it, and this is truly a time to celebrate it. We have about just under 2 million veteran entrepreneurs who really make a contribution. They generate about $1 trillion annually economy. And we veterans employ nearly 4 million people. Okay, so that's a huge impact. Okay, so we know, we at the SBDC, we know that diversity is what makes small business economies great and vibrant. And that's why we've taken on this challenge. And it's just a renewal of our commitment to support the military and their families, so they can just continue to do what we veterans do best. And that is just to face the hardships head on, to build our business, to innovate and just adapt, survive, and thrive. And with that, thank you so much for your service to all the veterans and all the spouses and family members and dependents out there. And with that said, as we would say in Army aviation, Juan, just about to give you the controls here, but Juan is a very experienced member within our Veterans Network. Okay? He's a retired Army Sergeant First Class. He joined the VBOC, which is the Veteran Business Outreach Center, back in April 2019, provides training, counseling, and mentoring to veteran entrepreneurs here in the Virgin Islands and in Puerto Rico. Juan is bilingual in English and Spanish. He brings a unique skill set to the table. And he was active duty member for 22 years with extensive training background in enterprise resource planning and services such as software testing, production support, and implementing computer solutions. Juan has completed a technical degree in computer and network repair and AutoCAD from the Universal Technology College in Puerto Rico, as well as studied chemistry at the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico. Juan, we're very pleased and privileged to have you. We thank you for your assistance in your contribution to our inclusivity program. And sir, you now have the floor.
All right, here we go. So thank you very much, Greg, for the introduction. I mean, it's an honor for me to be here for our veterans. I'm always been serving our nation, and even as a retiree that I am right now, I love to serve. And serving our veterans is a wonderful job that I have right now. That, you know, like people saying, if you like it, if you like what you do, it's not really a job. So that's how I consider myself very lucky and blessed that being here talking to our veterans. Yes, I am the rep for VBOC here in Puerto Rico. Just a little background in addition to what Greg was saying about when I joined VBOC in 2019. VBOC has 22 centers nationwide, and Puerto Rico is part of Region 2, and we fall under New York, New Jersey, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Right before the pandemic hit us last year, we went, I think, 3 or 4 times to the Virgin Islands and actually did a face-to-face instructions training over there. I think the last one was a university campus over there, and it was awesome. Participation and the motivation of the veterans over there, it's super. I mean, I really loved it. And trying to go back and the face-to-face, doing the personal presential instructions, because this thing going from home here is driving me crazy, and I like to have that interaction with the veterans and especially people that are still in. You know, I really love it. So here we are. We are here now. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. It's a very special day for me, and I know for a lot of people in the world. And what better way to give our thanks to our veterans, to just show them a little bit of what we have to offer to our veterans, especially, you know, it's not really pinpoint to the veteran that has been out of the military for years, or the one that actually still in the military and is transitioned out to a civilian life. We do both. We have 2 courses in VBOC, and it's called the Boost to Business and the Boost to Business Reboot. Okay, so let's go to the slides real quick, and we're going to be talking about basics of entrepreneurship for the veterans. Okay, why? Because, and I always use myself as an example. I retired after 22 and a half years of active duty service, and just lack of knowledge. Okay, I retired, and the first thing I did was I took a few months off, and the first thing I had to provide for my family and continue the level of living that we had. So I found me a job, and you know, actually all this skill set that I had as a veteran, 22 years in the military. You know, you learn something, you experience. Okay, you actually, those skills are to the perfection in many ways. So me not knowing, you know, actually when to get a job and spend 5 years with this company, and I realized how much, not just myself in the company, but we have many veterans in the company. It was an IT company. And I realized how much the veterans were given to this company and not getting the compensation that they should get, the leadership, the decision making. I mean, there were so many skills that we have as veterans that we were providing to this company, and we were treated as the entry level, like somebody that just got out of college. So I realized that I had to do something different, and that's when I took the Boost to Business course, and that was a very eye-opening for myself, and I realized that I had what it was needed to become my own boss. You know, to take that idea that I have for many years and make it real, and become an entrepreneur, become a small business owner. And as a veteran, as a disabled veteran, Okay, it's something that always take to the crowd out there, to the veterans out there, to the soldiers, to the Marines, to the Air Force. I mean, even Coasties here in Aguadilla. I'm from Aguadilla, and I talk to them that don't let that dream die, that idea that you have. I mean, don't let it die. Just go for it. Continue moving. Use all the benefits that we have as a veteran, all the benefits that we have as a military, and make it happen. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about our objectives is going to be to provide an overview of the entrepreneurial process, what it means to be an entrepreneur, and the opportunities and challenges and military skills and attributes that transfer over to the entrepreneurship. Okay, entrepreneurship is a big word. Okay, and a lot of people think that I don't have what it takes. Entrepreneurs come in many levels. Entrepreneurs come in with expertise in something, maybe not, maybe just wondering in the world of business, and they just hit something and they hit the jackpot, like we say, and they say, oh, I am entrepreneur now. No, you always were. Okay, and the entrepreneur has a skill set that we're going to be talking about in a few slides, and as a military, as a veteran, you already have the skill set already polished, all ready to go. You just got to execute, okay? And that's what I always said, and I'm gonna keep saying a lot during the training. Keep moving. You just don't sit down and start thinking about how can I get this happen, how can I make this happen, who can help me, and we're gonna be talking about all this, okay, in this training, just to make sure that you, the veteran, you get the right tools, the right mentorship, coaching, and the training necessary to make this happen. Okay. So let's talk about the course. Today, I'm gonna give you just a little talk about entrepreneurship and the veteran life. But we have a course called the Boost to Business, and for me, the Boost to Business was my eye opening. Like I said before, it's the one that put me in track. Is the one that gave me my north. I used to be a 19 Delta scout. We always doing compasses and doing reconnaissances and walking around. And I always need to know, I need to know that 8-10 digit grid that I need to go to, right? So I needed that. And the Boost to Business provided me that 10 digit grid. It gave me my north. So I knew what the north was. I knew the North Star was there, and I knew where to go. So the Boost to Business actually gave me that A to B. I had to go from A to B type of movement. And like I said over here, the B2B is an introduction to entrepreneurship. It takes the very basics, and it's on purpose. It's on purpose to be from basic to advanced. So we have 8 different modules. All right. And module 1 is very basic because we want to create that foundation. We need to create a foundation strong enough so you can build from there and just take off and be a small business owner and become an entrepreneur. Okay. In the course, you see those last 3 bullets, what we're going to be talking about. It gives you an overview of what it takes to start a small business. Okay. And the great thing about what we're doing today, and we've been doing it for a little while, the connection between VBOC and SBDC, okay, is because you guys in SBDC and Virgin Islands, you guys know the law over there. You guys know the banks. You guys know the people. You guys know the culture, the environment in the Virgin Islands. And there's some things like in Puerto Rico, even though we're so close, it's so different. Okay, so it's very important that we get together and we work together for the veterans and for the people of the Virgin Islands to tell them the more accurate way to become a small business owner, to be successful, not just to become, but to be a successful business owner. And that's what it's all about. Okay. So I'm going to show you a little video. I really love this video. It's pretty much when we talk about entrepreneur, this is it right here. So an entrepreneur is like this old guy right here. That we've done it. I'm Puerto Rican, and I was in the army. I was in Germany for 9 years. So I've done this before, cleaning your driveway for this crazy snow. All right. And it's something that we don't want to do, especially like on a Sunday morning or something like that, and you just want to sleep over. And look at what happened to this guy. And it's just a little example what the entrepreneurs go through. All right, so you see what happened. I mean, the guy's been breaking his back there. You can tell his back is hurting because he was walking through that door. He was bending back a little bit, trying to stretch it out a little bit. And after all that work, okay, probably got up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, and started just shoveling all that snow there. And just for a little closing that door, all that snow that was on the roof and that terrace of the port, it just went down and made it just impossible to walk through again. So be ready. Okay, this is just a little, you know, ice-breaking moment, but be ready to go through those obstacles. Be ready for negative people and how to get rid of them. Okay, and be ready to go against this society that sometimes, you know, gives us such a hard time to start a business. And that's why the SBDC, VBOC, and the other resources that you're gonna be seeing in the Boost to Business course, they're there to make this path a little easier. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to the resources, because they're there to mentorship, they're there for coaching, training, and anything that you need, free of cost. I mean, can't beat it, right? So here we go. So here's the agenda. We're going to be talking about what is entrepreneurship. We're going to be connecting service to business ownership. It's so important, okay? And we're going to understanding path to business ownership, different way that you can become an owner. It doesn't have to be just one idea and create it. It might be something that's already created and you could take it over, okay? So let's talk about what makes an entrepreneur. Okay, so a lot of people that say, oh man, yeah, I had to be a very self-driven, visionary, motivated. I mean, there's so many adjectives out there to describe an entrepreneur. Okay, so the great thing about becoming an entrepreneur is that you, as a veteran, you already have what it takes. Okay, as a veteran, you already have what it takes. So you don't have to worry about relearning or learning. All right, you just need to review that little things that you've done in the military and actually apply it to the present and future. And you're gonna be how easy it's gonna be. It's gonna be simple and it's gonna be so self-driven. All right. So what makes an entrepreneur? Like I said, you need to be a visionary, somebody that's looking ahead. Why? Because, you know, I have people that come to me and say, hey, Juan, I think the newspapers are coming back. And I said, oh, wow, what do you mean the newspapers are coming back? They said, remember, the way we used to, the society, used to actually bring information to the masses, it was the newspapers. But now people are getting tired of this digital life, people are getting tired of the Facebooks and the Instagrams and so and so. And I looked at him and I said, and you really think the newspaper is coming back? I said, yeah. So, I don't want to, it's pretty hard for me as a VBOC rep to say, no, they're not coming back. But you need to, talk to them in a nice way, right? Tell them that, what about we develop that idea and we make it a little better? And why do we have to be careful? Because, you remember back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, the long playing albums, the vinyl music players, that was it. That's all we had. And it was excellent music. The experience was great. You put the vinyl in there and you took the little arm with the needle and that went away. For many years, the CDs came, the MP3s, streaming, you just killed it totally. And now it's one of the biggest industries that are coming back. It's a lot of people buying the turntables again, including myself. It's a lot of people buying the LPs again and the 45s and the 33s. And it's crazy, but yeah, they came back and they're very expensive, especially if you want to buy an original one from back in the 80s or 70s or whatever. We talk about, could be hundreds of dollars for one album that used to be like, what, $10 back in our days? So just to let you know that when we're talking for you to become an entrepreneur, for you to have an idea, no, don't let anybody tell you that your idea is wrong. But yeah, take the help, the experience of all the people, the SBDCs, the VBOCs, they've been there before. Okay, listen to them, take whatever is better for you, and then you execute. Okay, so that very important that you do that. So let's talk about what is entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is to organize, to manage, and assume the risk of a business. Okay, and I love that last part, to assume the risk of a business. Okay, and that's what is the difference between a normal small business owner and an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur, we take risk. And some people say, yeah, Juan, I take calculated risk, and I understand that. But sometimes calculated risk, it's going to slow down your process to be successful. Okay. So I'm not saying to go crazy now and start taking different kind of crazy risk. No, it's just as an entrepreneur, we have the visionary skill. And I'm looking ahead, and sometimes I might make some decisions that for some people are out of control like crazy. So Juan, what are you thinking? Okay. And I said, well, I remember when I was in the Army, I used to do the same thing and it worked. So why not now? And this is a real life situation, and myself, I pretty much left my old job. I went retired from the military, got a job for 5 years. I just quit. And I said, I'm going to make it happen. I need I need the full attention to my idea, to develop it, to be, to create a business concept and make it happen. And me working 8, 10, 12 hours a day in that company that I used to work is not going to help me. So I took the risk. I quit, and 100%. And within a few months, I had my company going. So just to let you know that as an entrepreneur, yes, you need to organize. You need to be able to manage. And this is things that we've done already in the military, and assume risk. And we've done that in the military. Okay, so take that experience, take that skill that's already mature, and use it, execute it. Okay. Entrepreneurship is a way of thinking. We do think different. We think about taking care of a problem. And in Boost to Business, we elaborate what is that problem. Okay, I'm going to give you a little hint. Right, a problem is an opportunity. Okay, so opportunity arises because of problem, and a problem, how you make money, how you make your business going, because you come with a solution. All right. So we talk about this more in the Boost to Business. So you find an opportunity because there is a problem about something, and you have the solution. And if you have the solution, then you can actually squeeze it to death until another problem shows up. Okay, so that's what entrepreneur is all about. It's nothing different. It's nothing weird. Okay, and the last one, he said, is an approach to work and life. So get ready, because an entrepreneur, your work is your life. All right. The question is until when? Until how far can you take it? All right. There's very beginning stages of you developing this business, this idea that you have right now. It's going to take you to long hours, sleepless nights, being mad about a few things or maybe a few people. Okay. But it's things that need to happen. And for us veterans with the skill set that we have, I'll tell you what, it's a piece of cake. Honestly, I went through it, and I didn't have to think twice about making decisions. Why? Because I already had, the decision-making process. I already had that super mature, and it's something that we have, okay? All right, Richard Branson from Virgin Group, Atlantic Group, he says something pretty cool here. Entrepreneurship is about identifying and enacting alternative paths to the future. Very simple, visionary, look ahead, Look ahead of what you have right now and you're around your environment, business like, and find the problems, okay? Find the problems that need the solution that you have. And that's what it takes. I'm gonna give you a quick example. In 2007, a new phone came out, the iPhone. And the problem with the iPhone, the problem in 2007, it was too fragile. It has a glass front. The whole front, it was glass. So before, we had the Nokias and different type of phones that were all plastic. You can throw that thing to the wall and just take it and make a phone call with no problems. But the iPhone was different. Yes, it provided you a lot of things. Digital, it opened the window to a digital world that we have right now. But it was too fragile. So Apple didn't come up with a case. Somebody else did. What they call third parties, right? And oh my God, right now, it's pretty hard to see somebody without a case. So the case industry, phone cases, tablet cases, laptop cases, it just is out of control right now. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that in 2007 didn't exist. So somebody found the problem, the solution for that problem, and that could be you, okay? All right. So let's talk about these 5 questions that we have here. Is there a prototype for an entrepreneur? And I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And it depends on the industry. If you are into the restaurant, the food industry, you have to be a little driven about marketing, about finding these clients, about finding different type of meals. How you gonna make them? Are you gonna be into the tropicals? Are you gonna be into the Chinese food? It depends. So it depends what you're thinking about the solution of that problem. That's the standard that you're gonna have to become. And again, as a veteran, you had the flexibility that you learned in the military. I was in the Army. In the Army, we had a saying that was, hurry up and wait. So they wake us up in the morning, we doing this and we doing that, we getting ready, we're probably gonna jump from out of the plane, and then we had to wait like 3 or 4 hours for the plane to show up. Sometimes 5, 6. One time I never forget, one time we waited 8 hours for the plane to show up. They hurry up and wait. So we are flexible to do that. Okay. So an entrepreneur, just always looking forward to make things happen. So you probably, that happened to me. When I retired from the military, I kind of shut down all these skills. I wanted to do something different. I spent 22 and a half years in the military. So that's when I went to IT. I was an IT in Delta, I was combat arms, and I wanted to try something different. And without me knowing, I just turned the switch off, and all these skills, all this experience that I had, and I just went trying to do new things, just like somebody that came out of college with no experience. Very, very wrong. So I'm just letting you know, because I've seen it happen, it repeats. It's like a cycle. I see a lot of veterans doing the same thing. And why? Okay, you have all this skill set that is top notch, that is ready to take over this business world. Okay, entrepreneurs different from managers, and this is debatable. Okay, you got some good managers out there, and this is why it's debatable. Myself, when I started my own business, I would say that it was my baby. I don't want nothing to touch it. I didn't want to give no control to no investors. I didn't want give no control to any family members. This was my idea. I am the one that took the risk to lose it all and start over. So So it's pretty hard to find a manager that it will execute everything that I did at that level. But there are managers that sacrifice, they're very loyal to companies. So that's what I said is debatable. I will say that in my industry, it's pretty hard to find a manager that probably will execute everything that I did in my level. But there's some industries over there that managers are just as good and dedicated as the entrepreneur itself, okay? Is there a better time to pursue entrepreneurship? Yeah, it was yesterday, today, tomorrow, as soon as you can, okay? If people say, oh, Juan, but the economy, I mean, look, you just came from a pandemic and we're still going through it. And people say that the economy is going to crash. It's going to start over again. And I tell you what, there are a lot of clients and veterans that started back in May 2020. Why? Because they had enough time to start planning, because we went to actually stop for a few months. And then by July 2020, you see these veterans executing their ideas and actually opening businesses. All right. So don't let people tell you, oh man, the business is down or whatever, that the economy is down and there's no time to do it right now. But think about the industry. Depends on the industry. For example, here I'm from the west side of Puerto Rico. We have this high season, low season, especially in the water sports, coast environment, the beach, the ocean. And April, pretty much, that's when our low season starts. It goes all the way until October, November. So from November, I will say right now, all the way until April, everything looks pretty good. A lot of movement, a lot of business, a lot of money flowing around. But from April all the way to October, it's a slowdown. So you need to, as an entrepreneur, you need to work around these dates and what to do and what not to do. But that doesn't mean there's not a better time to become an entrepreneur, okay? Also, what makes for a successful entrepreneur? It's just what makes a small business owner successful. It's the same thing, okay? It's not everything about money, all right? But remember, and don't let anybody fool you. The reason you open a business is because you want to make money, okay? I remember when I retired from the military and I went to work for that company, one of the managers one time asked me, why you came over here after retiring? And I said, because I want to make money. It was nothing else. I mean, it was nothing hidden. And the reason we work, because we need the money. So for you to be successful, money has to be involved, no doubt. But there are a lot of things that, for example, just creating the business, that first day that you open your doors, that has to be satisfying. You haven't sold a penny yet, but you're opening the doors for your own business. Ain't that successful? So there's different rulers, right, to measure success. So make sure you get a couple, all right? And those rulers, one is about revenues, one is about performance. So different rulers that we're going to be talking about in the Boost to Business when you go there. So make sure you get your ruler. Make sure you make your success in accordance with what you want, okay? And the last one, can people be taught to be entrepreneurs? And the Boost to Business, that's what it's all about, okay? I compare it with becoming a military. I was the mama's boy back when I first joined, and it was pretty hard for me when I left home because my mama did everything for me, and I became a military man and I became a soldier. And 22 and a half years later, I was done, and to do something else. But I was, for myself, in my ruler, I was very successful. I really enjoy the military life and enjoy the traveling and knowing different cultures and knowing different people. So yeah, it's you can be taught to be an entrepreneur just like you were taught to become a military, and you're a veteran now. So take advantage of it, right? Just a few examples to you to understand that that veterans, about the skill set that I've been telling you for the last few minutes, 30 minutes or so, it's very important for you to understand that look at these companies, very successful companies, okay? And the great thing about these companies is look at the names, and they're all veterans, okay? Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, I mean, they're all here. And they started just like you and I, from zero, retired from the military. Some just got out of the military and said, I got an idea, I'm gonna make it happen. And there are huge, humongous companies right now, okay? I'm gonna show you one success stories about Troopster. Troopster is the one on the bottom right. And Chelsea from the Navy, she put it together and she's doing very well. And I want you to see this video to understand that it can be done. And she did it while she was still in the Navy. So check this out. It's very cool.
My name is Chelsea Mandelo. I am the founder and CEO of Troopster Military Care Packages. We send care packages to deployed troops around the world. I served in the United States Navy for 7 years, and I was constantly deployed. And by the time we would receive something like a care package, it really was Christmas at sea. I had received this big box from my mom. I tore it open, I threw my hands inside, but I was immediately heartbroken because everything in it had gone bad. And I learned that I wasn't the only service member who was going through that. So I started Troopster because I wanted there to be an easier option to be able to send care packages to their loved ones that wouldn't be crushed or broken or go bad. After that deployment, I was still serving active duty, and I started looking into how I could start this business. I started going to the Small Business Administration website. I went to the Boots to Business classes, connected with the Veterans Business Outreach Center. I just tried to find every possible resource that could help me grow this company.
Chelsea had already done so much of her own research. She came in and had a complete business plan. You don't get that very often. So we really want to engage with our veteran population, military spouses, active duty, reserve, National Guard, and their families as early as possible to offer business advising, mentoring, access to training, access to capital, ongoing marketing support. And through that, we're able to help them to not only launch their business, but also to grow it. Exactly what we should be doing.
I love recommending the VBOC to other veterans because while you don't have to go directly to them with a full business plan the way I did, you can go to them with any sort of business idea. And no matter how small or big your idea is, no matter what stage you're in, they'll help you identify the next steps that you need to take. And without that mentorship, I don't think we would have come this far this fast. It's amazing thinking that just a few years ago I was filling all of these boxes by hand in my house, and now we're using robots to help fill care packages. It's mind-blowing. One of the ways in which Troopster is able to do everything that we do is thanks to our partners and our sponsors who believe in our mission, like the robotics software company, which is fully automating the care package system to be able to pack and fill boxes for troops in a more timely manner. We also work with local businesses and organizations who want to sponsor community volunteer pack events where we can have volunteers come to our location, we can hold them out in the community, but we allow the opportunity for volunteers to come out and help make care packages for troops who are deployed all around the world, and then we're going to make sure that those boxes get out and overseas. When I started Troopster, I did try to do a lot of this by myself. But when I finally engaged in Small Business Administration's resources and I reached out to the VBOC and to the Women's Business Center and Boots to Business classes, and when I started engaging with local businesses, all of those resources really helped me to set on the right path. So if you're starting a business or you have an idea for one, you don't have to do it alone, and you're not alone. You have this great community of the SBA that wants to help you. They are here for you. And all you have to do is reach out.
All right, straight to the point. She was in the Navy. She had an idea. She actually was working on it while she was in the Navy, building that business plan. And when she showed up to VBOC, she actually she was ahead of the game. She had a lot of things that we coach and train for you to do. She was already there. And one thing that really motivated me to continue do what she's doing is that she grew within her execution of her business, and she made it automated, with the robots and stuff. I mean, that's out of control. She found the right help, the right people, and she made it happen. So, like I said before, if you have an idea, what better than this to motivate you to continue on? Okay. So here we go. The next slides, a couple slides that we're going to be talking about here is straight to the point about the skill set that I was talking about. And then we're going to be talking about how to open a business, with idea or pre-owned, and we're going to be talking about that real quick. So here's the list on the left of skills that we somehow, some way develop in the military. All right, we talk about mission focused. I was in combat arms, so that was the mission was everything, right? Critical thinker. There's something that's sometimes our superiors, sometimes everything they throw some things at us that we actually we have to shoot from the hip sometimes, and you need to be a critical thinker. Problem solver. Especially when you become those junior NCOs and junior officers when they first start making these crazy decisions, and like I used to say, it's better a decision than no decision. I don't care if it's good or bad, but just tell me something to do or something to actually execute. Team management. Okay, we start at the lower level as a team, squad, platoon, company, battalions, and however you guys call it, but there's no doubt that in the military, you learn at some level how to become a team manager, okay? Values relationship, flexible, resilient, persistent, ethical, and reliable, okay? And those are those last five. There's something that is every day that we do in the military. Okay, so take that right there and swing it to the right and then put it as an entrepreneur. And I tell you what, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to open the door for your business and become successful. Here's some numbers just to give you an idea how much do we contribute to the economy. All right, talk about 2.5 million small businesses in the US are owned by veterans. Become one of those numbers. Be part of it, right? So, different ways to own a business. And we're going to finish with this. It's going to be like 5, 6, 7 different slides, but just to give you an idea, this is not just from the beginning, right? And how to develop it is the very important part. So here we go. First, you got the new business creation. Some doesn't exist, and you are the one that had the idea, and now you're going to create, right? So you can make it a non-profit, a for-profit, social ventures. There's so many ways, and there's so many industries out there for you to take part of, okay? Purchase an existing business, employee to ownership, family business, and franchising. So like I was saying about the new business is your own idea. You are creating this from zero. Higher risk because you're starting for nothing. Highest reward because you're going to make it happen. And it's so much satisfaction, like I said, that first day when you actually open your doors. And you open your doors can be virtually, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to actually open a door and say, hey guys, come here and buy my stuff. I open my doors virtually. Today, I'm going to hit that button and I'm going to start looking for a contract. And that's what I did. Business processes our infrastructure must be created. So you started with an idea. An idea is something so abstract, right? It's so untouchable. And you take that idea and you start creating a structure to it. Then when you put that structure, it become a business concept. Now you got a concept. Now to develop that. And through the SBDC, the VBOC, I mean, there's so much coaching there for you, honestly. And I keep repeating it because it's there for you. And I've seen many veterans that are trying to do it by themselves, you know, and it's most of the time they make it through. Why? Because they got that skill set that I told you. But oh my God, they go through so much hardship and things that they couldn't just stop doing it and doing it the right way. Okay. So think about that. Remember I told you about the work and your life become like one right there, you know, married to the business. You're going to become married to your business because you want to develop it. You know, it's your own business. It's your idea. It's your baby, like I was saying. Okay. And the last one is very important. It may be difficult to fund. Talk about money. Okay, you want to start, you need funding, you need money, you want to buy equipment, you want to buy whatever. But remember, you're a brand new business, no history. You have improved yourself, and the banks, investors, and people that are gonna try to invest money in your business. They want to make sure you're proven that you can actually do this. Okay. The second one is you purchase an existing business, okay? But the first bullet is very key for this right here. Do your research. Find out why that business is for sale. I mean, that's the first thing. It's a good thing, it's a bad thing. They got tired of the system, they want to move on to something else, or they're doing real bad and they just want to get rid of this and give it to you. All right, so do your research, please. Because when you buy a business that's already owned by somebody, it's been established, you inherit the good, you inherit the bad, okay? The brand, the customers, the reputation. Most people, what they do is the first thing they change their name, but remember, it might be the same location, and people you might have a bad taste about it. So do your research, please. It has established processes already, relationship, you know, what I'm talking about is suppliers. It's already established, so it's pretty easy for you to actually execute. Negotiate the purchase method to reduce risk. Okay, do your research and find out what's going on and then negotiate. And get good advisors. Okay, in the Boost to Business, in the course, we talk about this thing called the Bell team. And if when you go get the course, you're gonna find out what the Bell team is all about. You need it. It's a must-have. Okay. All right. So family business. I smile because I hear some crazy stories about family businesses. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. All right. And why? Because family history intersects the business history. It used to be grandpa's. Now it's mine. I need to follow the tradition, and it's hard to make visionary executions because I'm trying to work with the past. So it's so many things you got to be careful with the family business. If you inherit a family business, you have to work hard to maintain that relationship as a family. Change can be difficult to implement. Why? Because like I said, it might be a routine going on in the system right now. It doesn't matter if it's working or not. A lot of people like to stay because grandpa did it or grandma did it, and they want to continue doing it, okay? Relationship can be strained. Why? Because you're working with the family every day, every night, going through decisions, changing these different things. So just be careful to keep that family ties the best possible. And the burden is more than the business. Why? Because there's a family involved. Okay, so family business, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just takes a lot of work, discipline, and maturity to make it work. Okay. Then you have the employee to ownership. I really like this one. I mean, I really love this one, right? Because in the military, most of us, we join the military as a private, or you join as a cadet, second lieutenant. So you start from the very bottom, okay? And you work yourself up all the way until you become a major, a lieutenant colonel, a colonel, or you become a private, you're a specialist, a sergeant, and you're moving on, and you've been through different levels of leadership, and you're building yourself up. So the same thing with the employee to ownership. You became an employee, entry level, can't get any entry level than that, and you work yourself up in the chain until you decide, I want to buy this business. Okay. It's lower personal risk. Why? Because you know the business. You've been there from the bottom up. All right. Great way to learn the industry, because you get that time, just like we did in the military, to learn what the military was all about, the good and bad, what you can change, what you can make it better. Rewards of business ownership delay. Right? Because you've been there, you like what you're doing. You probably become one of those managers that I was telling you in the beginning. This does so good, okay? And then, just to make sure, it's a delay, because at the end you get a satisfaction, and now you're the owner. Less control, limited autonomy. Less control because you started as an employee, no control, okay? Until you became the owner, and now you're full entrepreneur, a small business owner of this business. So. And the next one is the franchises. Franchising is something that I've seen some people doing it just to taste the waters of entrepreneurship, okay? But be careful. One time you get yourself into franchising, I've seen people that are very hard to get out. It could be easy. And for some people that like control, it's gonna be hard, all right? Franchising is something that's already been proven, something that has worked. That's why they become franchise, and something that you could use to take those skills, entrepreneurship skills, and get them more mature, more disciplined. Okay, and here's a list of advantages and disadvantages. Okay, I told you it's a proven idea, it was a recognized brand. Training is available. They provide everything for you. They provide the advertising. They provide the training for the employees. So super perfect. Okay. And disadvantages, the first one is going to hit you is the franchise fee. Okay. Of course, you want to make money, so you had to pay a fee. But you veteran, us veteran, do your research. There's some franchises over there that waive the franchise fee if you are a veteran. So take a look. So you got the royalties due. There's so many things here that disadvantages, especially if you're a control freak like I am. I'll be going crazy with the franchise, fighting with them pretty much every day because I want to make some changes or whatever. So franchising is something that it can help you develop and make your skill set better. Okay. So here's the key takeaways of what we talked today. Okay, I need you to take this an hour pretty much that we talk, and sit down and make a decision and when you want to start. But this is not about if you can start; it's about when you want to start. Okay, you use what you have learned in the military. Trades, skills are the same ones that will make you successful as a business owner. They're already there. Believe me, they're already there. You just need to get them out and put them to work. Each form of ownership is not better or worse, just different. It depending on what you want. So don't go crazy about, I have a family business and one said it could be stressful. Yeah. Your grandpa went through it, your dad went through it, and now it's your turn, but it's working, right? So it has to be some satisfaction to it. And make sure you feel that satisfaction and feel successful. Do your research. Over here, those first stages of business owning creation, is very stressful because you need to do your research, and we help you with that. Don't do it alone. There's so many tools that out there, and the SBDCs and the scores and the VBOC. We're there to give you the hand, and take you through this part of business creation that in the beginning is so hard just to start. Okay. Right the way for the veteran entrepreneurship is in this country. We do have a lot of benefits. You know that. Veterans, we do have a lot of benefits. But the best benefit that I think we have right now with this Boost to Business course to create a foundation for you to become an entrepreneur is that not just the veteran qualify for this, your family does too. If you have a child, you have like myself, I have a 21-year-old that he's crazy about editing video and he likes to, videos and fly drones and take video and whatever. And he wants to create his own company. I took him to the Boost to Business. I told him, get hot, create your foundation and execute, and that's what he did. And now he's getting himself into music too, and he expanding that idea that he has in the beginning. So this is not just for the veteran. Spouses, okay, children, they want to actually get this going. Bring them to the Boost to Business, please, and spread the word to other veterans out there. We do this pretty much twice a month. Once a month, we do one in Spanish, one in English to make sure when we get dependents, that they feel comfortable with the language. So this is for you to make it happen. This is an opportunity that's been here for a long time. I didn't know until somebody told me, hey, it's this course about entrepreneurship, and I went and took it. So please spread the word and make it happen. So this is it. I really enjoy talking about this. With all the veterans are connected, thank you for your service. I mean, it's something that that time that we spent in the military, and now we're seeing the benefits and everything that we're receiving from our country is something that we earned. It's something that we earned, and it's something that you need to actually grab it, and use it for whatever you need to use it. So ride the wave. There's a lot of benefits out there for us veterans to make things happen. Not just this business thing, but there's so many things out there for you to live a better life, right? To have a quality of life that we veterans deserve. I want to thank the SBDC in Virgin Islands to give me the opportunity to bring you all this knowledge, this transfer of knowledge from me to you, and to make you go ahead and actually execute your idea and become a business owner. So no further ado, thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask questions to the SBDC in Virgin Islands or myself, and good luck. And thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Good morning again. This is Greg. I just wanted to again support Juan's comments. We want to thank you for coming out today. And also we want to let you know that the SBDC really has some resources available to the veterans, and not just during this inclusivity outreach, but all the time. And they're available to veterans, to their families, to all the veteran dependents of all services. So we extend that invitation to you. We'd like you to come by. We would like to avail all of our resources, all of our webinars to the veterans, beginning with our human resources. Come and sign up on our website, request, look for the advising button. That will get you registered if you're not, and it will assign you to one of our advisors. And we want you to do that. Come in. We'd like to show you what we do, and we would love to listen to what you are either doing or thinking about doing as an entrepreneur. So as a veteran, we would say in business, you don't have to go downrange alone. There are many, many, many resources out there, okay? So please visit our website, www.visbdc.org. We have a mobile app at the VISBDC app, okay? Please just go to your app store and download it. We are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please, like and follow us on that. We're very, very active, as well as in Google My Business. Okay. We have a whole library in there just of our on-demand webinars, as well as all of our updates as well. So thanks for your time today. And on behalf of our entire staff in the Virgin Islands, happy Veterans Day. And to all of our heroes out there, and thanks for your service to our country. And that concludes our briefing. Again, thank you.